pricey new rug with a botched state seal is just one of the issues bogging down changes at the Rhode Island State House to remove the words Providence Plantations. Now, that new rug arrived last month with the mistakes on it. It was ordered as part of an effort to get rid of part of the state name that voters like yourself chose to eliminate 5.5 years ago. And the I-Team's Brian Crandall has been following these changes for nearly 2 years now. He's here now with an update on what is and what is not happening. Brian?
Well, Patrice and Dan, it looks like the state may not have been specific enough in what words it wanted changed for the new rug, but the company it came from will be paying to fix it. Meanwhile, I've learned other parts of the project to remove the words Providence Plantations from the State House are either way behind the schedule I was initially given or not happening at all. Oops, the new $70,000 rug in the State House stateroom only got the new seal half right. It arrived last month to replace the old rug that had State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations in 2 spots. The new rug also has a seal in 2 spots, but it mistakenly only eliminated the word Plantations from the seal, leaving the seal to read State of Rhode Island and Providence. State purchase orders we requested, going back a couple of years, do only specify removing plantations. So now area rugs from Job Lot are covering the 2 seals on the new rug. The State Department of Administration tells us the vendor from Boston, which ordered the rug made in China, will hand cut out the wrong seals and sew in new ones at no charge to the state. That's estimated to happen in the summer. Since voters approved the name change back in 2020, the only alterations that have been completed here at the State House happened 2 years ago, as I previously reported, including these plain new elevator doors ordered to replace ones that had the old state seals on them. And stickers with the new version of the seal were stuck on placards outside of rooms around the building to cover up old versions of the seal. But there were plans for more modifications, like the seal on the floor in the rotunda, the heart of the Capitol building. It had long been covered by a maroon rug, and within the past few weeks, this gray rug. But that seems to be a placeholder for yet another rug. State officials told me nearly 2 years ago the plan was to create a new raised seal to be placed over this one. In the meantime, I was told a circular rug with the new seal and a marble-looking background was ordered to go over the seal. I was told that rug was supposed to be in by December 2024, but it's still not in. And now the state tells me it has scrapped the plan to create a raised ring over the old one. It would have required removing and replacing the original lettering, which was determined to be too damaging to the historic integrity of the building, they say. Instead, they'll just stick with the new rug whenever it comes in. The Department of Administration tells me it is still working with the vendor on getting the appropriate material and color to match the marble. Also way behind schedule, replacing the circular granite paver that was in the ground outside the lower employee entrance. It was pulled up in late summer of 2024 and replaced with bricks. I was told the replacement paver would be installed in a matter of 3 months. A year and a half later, the state tells me it's still working with vendors for engraving and reinstallation. And when I asked why it's taken so long, the response was, it's taking time to find a vendor with the capabilities to do the engraving. Now, I've requested all the documents from the state related to all these projects. They've asked for an extension time frame to get them to us. They did not respond to my request for someone to do an interview with us and would not tell me if any state worker has been disciplined over the rug mistake. It does, though, appear so far all of this work has cost well under the $2.5 million that was initially budgeted for the name change a few years ago. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.